this is Larry the Cucumber.
And this is Paw Grape, and we're giving a character commentary for the first episode of VeggieTales Live and Reloaded. Eddy Woodley, the artist who never gave up, and what the heck are those things?
I think those are the guys who think they're the producers.
I've never seen them around the set before, and I don't recognize them at all.
Oh no, they were never on the set. You see, when we finished it, I was watching it a couple days before the rap party, and I looked at the credits, and it said they were the producers. This T guy and some Alfonso.
What kind of name is Alfonso?
I don't know. It said that in the credits, so I'm like, they didn't produce it. So,
we produced it.
Yeah, we produced it.
We're the producers of this movie.
Yeah, so I gave them a phone call, and I told them what's...
Hey, look, that one just sounded like me. Now he's Archibald. What's going on here?
That is just plain creepy. Okay, well... Anyways, yeah, so I went over to them and said, hey, what's the deal? You're not the producers. We're the producers.
Only I wasn't there.
Yeah, you weren't there. So then they were like, well, no, we produced it because we're humans and Hollywood can't have trees. Trees? Why did I... Well, things that come from trees.
You're... Oh, weird.
Well, I don't know. But then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll just let them do their thing, so then if it does terribly in the box office, it'll be their fault.
When it wasn't a box office, this was released online, but so far it's been doing really well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but I'm still taking all the credit for it.
Hell, episode 5's underway very soon.
Mm-hmm.
But how's about we talk about some background for this thing? How Eddy Woodley got started.
Oh yeah, Eddy Woodley. So
this is one of your best performances to date, I gotta say.
Why, thank you very much. You know, I had a great time doing acting, not as an actor, but acting as a director, which I've never actually been. I've actually been a director a couple times, but usually I'm the producer. So to act as a director was definitely out of the box, and it was a great experience.
So how's about that background we were talking about earlier?
The background. So, we were thinking like, so what's a Bible story we could do? And we're like, let's do the story of Ed Wood. And we're like, that's not a Bible story. What are you
wasn't that Jimmy who said that?
Yeah, Jimmy said that.
Yeah, he had like so many Mountain Dews that day.
He's a movie buff. If you don't know, Jimmy is a intense movie buff.
And Jerry is a big theater buff, so I don't really know how that pans out.
Oh,
I mean, his favorite is Les Mis, whatever. That thing?
People just call it Les Mis.
Les Mis, yeah.
Yeah.
Les Mis,
he's also a big video game guy.
Yeah, his favorite game for, I have no idea why, is like, what is it called, E.T. for Atari?
Oh, yeah?
I can't stand that game.
He was a big fan of the Able 14 when that came around.
Oh, man, that poor guy. Oh, and I heard that he loved the Atari Jaguar.
Yeah, those were always big ones for him.
And his Virtual Boy. Jeez, don't get me started about that. I mean, like, whenever we were filming this, whenever he was off set, he was always just playing Virtual Boy.
I'm like, Jerry, why is that on your face? Get your face out of that.
Don't you know that causes eye strain? And then he's like, oh, no, that doesn't cause eye strain. It turns out that it's just a rumor. And then I looked it up, and yeah, sure enough, he was right. But then I said, I don't care. You gotta take that thing off. It looks weird.
Well, it was more just a distraction for everyone else because the volume was up like 100.
Yeah, like I could hear Mario Clash going on when we were delivering, when we were in a big goodbye scene.
Oh, yep. I was really hoping when we were finishing all the editing, Khalil was mostly doing all the editing. He's our editor. Editing runs very deep in his family.
So he says when he accidentally put a lot of the outtakes into the final product.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, we had to work day and night to get that fixed to meet our deadline.
Oh, okay, so we actually fixed it.
Yeah. Then I got really mad at Khalil, so I threw a paperclip at him. That'll show him.
You threw a paperclip at him? Why'd you do that?
Hey, I was mad. I was acting out of rage. Well, that showed him. He never did anything like that again. Oh.
Okay, yeah, so anyways, after we did the editing, while we were doing the editing, I was really hoping there wouldn't be any video game sounds in the background. There were only a couple, and some of them actually served well, because it was in, like, the science lab scene, so it sounded like a cool machine.
Yeah, but most of the time when we didn't need it, we just drowned it out with a score.
Yeah. In case you don't know...
These guys are still talking! You're not part of this movie!
It's almost 5 minutes in, and we're looking at these things. What are these things?
I don't know what kinds of vegetables they are. Are they like...
You know, the guy who was skipped out
Oh!
vegetables.
That sounds just like my son Tom.
Oh yeah, how's he getting on?
He's doing pretty good. He was very happy to be in this because it's been, I think, since Josh and the Big Wall since he's been in an episode.
Yeah, he's been out of work for a while.
But really, he's actually been doing he's been helping with the donuts.
Okay.
He's been manning the donut stations
yep,
along
that's
there.
Right, I remember.
It's like whenever we're done, he's just like, "Hey, you did great. Here, have a donut." And then sometimes someone will say, "Ah."
In case you're wondering, the reason
What the
I've been
heck?
doing this audio
What's
rate-
all this stuff?
Well,
what happened to the video?
I don't know. It's like,
Staring at our faces.
oh no, don't tell. Okay. So when we were making it, we had this little screenshot. It was on my computer. This is the screensaver on my computer. And so when I was saving the video file onto not the DVD, but just the internet, I pushed it to save. But I didn't realize, it took a little while for the saving to start, and by the time that happened, the computer had gone asleep, and the screensaver was on. So it saved the video with the screensaver.
Oh, thanks a lot, Larry. Now instead of watching this amazing adventure, they're gonna be staring at us, just looking into their souls. I mean, look at Bob's eyes there. That's not right. And then Madam Blueberry, you, and look at Mr. Nezzer. That's just freaky.
Where?
Look at Laura. Look at Laura's face.
What happened to Mr. Nezzer's stem? Where'd it go?
I don't know, but I'm glad it came back for this Live and Reloaded series.
Yeah.
Well, at the time it wasn't called Live and Reloaded.
Oh yeah, that's right. They were just these little episodes we made. They were just kind of fun episodes on the side.
Yeah. And the funny thing about Eddy Woodley is that, almost everyone shows up except Junior. Junior's not in this.
Yeah. Laura wasn't in it. Was Laura in it?
Nah, no, Laura wasn't in it. She was in the Bahamas at the time.
Oh, that's right.
She won this vacation at this sweepstakes thing, I think, with the Frito-Lay company.
Oh, yeah.
And they sent her all the way to the Bahamas, and then she was just living it up there. I think she was originally going to play Valira. I'm not sure.
I don't know if that would have worked, because she's like 8.
Yeah, with makeup and digital effects, you can do anything.
I guess
you can make Shia LaBeouf seem like a good actor.
That's true. I cannot argue with that fact. Although Laura sent us a lot of selfies. Selfies are kind of the thing. I've never been too big on selfies. It just seems like too much. Look at me when I don't need to do that because everyone can already look at me when I'm on TV.
And besides, why wouldn't they be looking at us? We're talking anthropomorphic vegetables.
Yeah, exactly. And most of us have eyes.
But Eddy had dreams.
Oh, this is the introduction.
Oh, yep. Bob was the narrator for this one. Originally, we had Henry the Potato. We called him in to do the narration.
Isn't he the new donut guy?
Yeah, but he was too busy with the donuts.
Oh yeah, because donuts are his passion. If you know that guy, he loves donuts. I've seen his room because I've been to his house once because he borrowed my vacuum cleaner. And he's got in his room so many pictures of glazed donuts, Bavarian cream-filled donuts, but for some reason no apple fritters. What do you got against the apple fritters, Henry?
I heard he's a miner, so maybe he's a donut miner. Maybe he mines for donuts.
I don't think that's how donuts work. Actually, donuts are made by Johnny Donut Seed.
Oh, yeah.
You know that guy who goes around with donut seeds, planting donut tree plants everywhere?
I do remember that.
It closes in half an hour.
Oh yeah, Petunia plays my wife.
Yeah, we didn't really make that clear in this one.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of parents are going to be worried, like, is he just living with his girlfriend? That's not a kid show appropriate.
Oh, there's Mr. Nezza. Yep, it's Mr. Nezza. Not the freaky Ickabiza, whatever the thing is.
That was that guy they were going to send in when they got those morbid stunt doubles.
I was scared of the guy who looked like me. He didn't have a mouth. It's
what are you talking about? There wasn't a guy that looked like you.
Well, yeah, he didn't look like me, but he was supposed to look like me. It's his mouth was just like hair. There was no mouth. It was just a mustache.
And the mustache was like, I don't know, it was just this little thingy that moved. And he had eyes.
Well, first toilet joke in the episode, I think.
Yep.
Well, at least one of them.
We've had toilet jokes, I think.
I think Esther was our first. What voice?
What was in?
That was the flush.
Oh yeah, I did that. That was me. I was
Congratulations.
Marcus.
I couldn't go in there for like 20 minutes after that.
Marcus the Scribe. That was my name. If you didn't see the credits, which you wouldn't know that, but if you watch the credits, you know that.
Oh, no, here's me! Oh, it's my biggest performance since, like, well, for a while. Because before this, I had to do things like, I don't know. Was I in Little House That Stood?
Were you? Let's see. You were.
Just please take it.
Was I? Yes or no? It's a simple question.
I'm trying to remember.
Well, think harder!
I think you had a small appearance.
I don't know.
I don't think so, but maybe.
Oh, yep, here's me playing Bennett Legostein, a reference to the famous actor guy, Bela Lugosi. And we had to cut out the subplot with, his problems.
Yeah, that was a little.
That's me.
Originally, we were gonna have him.
Wasn't he addicted to chocolate?
It was soda.
Soda, yeah.
He drank too much soda.
But then
he got a sugar high from the soda.
But then what happened with me is I actually did, and I ended up running around a lot. And when you're an old person and you run around a lot, you get a lot more tired than any other normal person would. And it just wears you out, and I couldn't act well like the rest of the day. So they told me to go and take a nap, but I told them, no, I'm not tired. And they said, oh, well, you're going to take a nap. And before I could finish that, I was asleep on the floor.
You'd be surprised how often that happens.
I don't remember that. What day was that?
That was the Thursday. You remember that Thursday when we were filming the scene where it was the one with Deborah, whatever her name is, Petunia. She was strapped to a chair or the table.
It was a table with. It was scotch tape.
Yeah, we were filming that
it was
scene.
scooter tape. It was scooch tape.
Yeah, scooch tape. Why is it a tuba and film company?
I don't know. Oh.
I can come up with better ideas.
Oh, speaking of Scooter, Scooter's in this episode. He played Mr. Weisner. He wasn't very wise, though.
He was really mean.
He was kind of a jerk.
And, the thing is, Scooter is very big on method acting. So, before this, he'd always act, really snippy and stuff. He would just be really mean.
Yeah. And I couldn't figure out if he was actually trying... Because at one point, I was going to the bathroom. I came out of the bathroom, and he was waiting. But he was waiting right in front of the door. And the bathroom door in our studio opens out. Outside of the bathroom, so I hit him with the bathroom door, and he started yelling at me with words like either can't understand or couldn't repeat.
I think, I heard those. I couldn't understand that either. One time, I was eating a Bavarian cream-filled donut. Those are my favorites. I was eating one of them, and then I bit into it too hard, and the cream squirted out on him. And hit him in the face, and he's like,
yeah, when Scooter's mad, you either can't understand him, or you can understand him, but you can't repeat him.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know. Well, even if I, was allowed to, I still wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
Oh, fine. We'll fund your movie.
Yep.
Great.
But,
He walks out into the waiting room. We're in.
So, if you notice, well, no one can notice because there's just the screensaver.
Again, thanks for that.
Well, there was actually...
That was some of the best motion we've ever had. I took so long.
And when you were in the waiting room, you were reading a magazine, and it was the magazine, it was a comic book it was a Larry Boy comic book. That's what it was.
Yeah, and that was so funny, and now because of this, no one can see it. Thanks a lot, Larry.
Well, it's not my fault. My computer fell asleep. It's a pretty old computer. It's actually...
Isn't that the old model we had for QWERTY?
No, it's QWERTY's step cousin.
Is there a such thing as a step cousin?
I'm not sure. That's what QWERTY told me. Not by means of talking, because...
QWERTY doesn't talk.
He went through a phase where they...
I think that's when we installed Windows Vista.
Yeah, but we deleted that because...
Why would they put a 6-year-old in the battle with a giant gourd thing?
I don't know.
That seems a little weird.
Well, Percy P, he's played adult roles before because all the P's are the same size, so you can never really tell.
Percy's just a little smaller.
Yeah, well then there's the Lil P. Lil P is even smaller. But no, Percy P, in Esther, he played Haman's like friend or his like assistant or whatever.
I'm important.
I like that part.
So do I. But one thing actually is Robert P. He's
Robert.
yeah, Robert. He's actually like about half the size of Bob. So we have to use like digital effects to make him look smaller, and it always looks weird. So we just stop using him.
Which one's Robert?
Robert, he's the big guy with the beard, you know, and he's got like the really deep Ralph Bakshi voice.
Oh yeah, that guy. There's also Percy P and Lil P's dad, who's got glasses and he's a little bit bigger than them. He's like about 25% larger than the French P's. That's an estimation. I can't say for sure.
Yeah, because I wouldn't imagine that you just like walk up to them with a tape measure and then just say, "Oh, can you hold still? I'm gonna measure you to write it down in my journal."
Well, I don't, but you'd be surprised at some of the things Scallion 2 does in his free time.
Scallion too.
Yeah.
Doesn't he collect like teeth from animals?
No, that's the. It's not Scallion 3, but it's that guy who kind of looks like Scallion 3, who used to work at the laundry place.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah. So who's Long Chain Jr. Senior? Who's that guy?
He's a reference to Lon Chaney Jr.
Oh yeah.
Guy who played the Wolfman.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
if you're a good actor,
I once met Lon Chaney Jr. I was like, we were in line to get like go to the bathroom, and he was in front of me, and I said, "Hey, can I cut you?" And then he said no.
go away.
Oh,
And that's pretty much the whole story.
I've got a lot of bathroom line stories.
I don't think we should hear a lot of them.
Okay, yeah, there are some of them I don't think I could say.
There's that one I know that you and Bob after going to see that new movie Inside Out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that was a good movie.
I never saw it because I was waiting in line for the bathroom the whole time.
Oh man, that must have been terrible. Oh, but you missed out. But anyway, apparently you were stuck in there because people kept cutting in front of you, and then when you got mad, they sent you to security for a while, and then when you finally came out, the movie was over.
Yep. And I never got to go to the bathroom either. I had to hold it until I got home. It was really rough.
Oh man.
And I still haven't gone back to see it, and I still paid for my ticket and for Bob's ticket.
Oh man, you should try to get a refund.
Yeah, I tried to, but they didn't let me because they said, "Oh, you were the one who made yourself go into the security room, so it's your fault."
Well,
So-
to be fair, that was Mad Marv's movie theater.
It was Mad Marv's movie theater.
He never does a good job with his businesses. What he does is like, he has this really big idea, a real big invention he wants to do, so he opens it up like, say, a sandwich shop. He wants to open up a sandwich shop. So he opens up a sandwich shop, and he runs it for about a few weeks, and then all of a sudden he gets a real big passion to own a farmer's market. So then he abandons the sandwich shop while it's still running, and then he opens up the farmer's market, and then he says, "Hey, I want to make a movie rental place." So he opens that up, leaving the businesses still intact. And
I think he actually does have a sandwich shop
He
and
does.
a movie rental shop, but I don't think he has a...
The farmer's market got bought out.
Oh, okay. Who would it get bought by?
Uncle Poundy's farmer's market.
Uncle Poundy's. Oh, okay.
Here's that guy from
Oh, yeah, Uncle
Swaziland.
Poundy. Yep. The Swazi guy?
Yeah.
I call him the Swayze train. Swazi. I don't know. I've never called him that.
But anyway, back to Mad Marv. Like, he still leaves these businesses intact, and he like sees them once and twice a year after that. And he just lets them get old and decrepit. And the movie theater was apparently his like second thing.
Yeah, that was...
So like,
Oh, yeah.
and that's the one that's aged the worst. It only shows one movie, and it's like the worst one, like The Adventures of Benny, Jim Bob, and Mr. Fossington.
Oh, that
the one
was a
that's-
great movie.
That was just a bunch of still images with lips moving on it.
I thought it was very... Wait, were they making that movie in earnest? Because I can't tell.
They were making it in earnest. It's an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh my... Well, I guess that's not too surprising there. But...
Well, it could have been worse. You know what they showed in there recently?
Oh, what'd they show?
They showed Ikabeza's home movies.
Ika Beezer has home movies?
Yeah, and they're not very good. It's basically just him inserting himself into popular movies. Like he was instead he like photoshopped himself over Luke Skywalker and the big fight scene with him and Darth Vader at Return of the Jedi. You know.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it was basically him, and he was really bad. Like you could see his eyes moving along the script, like reading it.
That's just wrong. That's if you're gonna tarnish the name of a good movie. Don't tarnish Star Wars.
Well, I think George Lucas has done that enough.
That's true.
Thank you, Disney.
Yeah, I'm pretty anxious for the new Star Wars.
I'm not. Yeah, because everyone says, oh, it had a good trailer, but don't forget, Phantom Menace had a good trailer.
That's true. I'm cautiously optimistic, though.
Maybe like Jar Jar's like a Sith Lord in this.
And he went through puberty in this one, too.
So now he sounds like, Mesa gonna cut you up into itty-bitty pieces.
Yep, and he gets destroyed. I must say, you do a really good job of... You do some great bad acting. Oh, well, this bit here was good. It was,
oh yeah, I forgot there's a movie going on.
Yeah.
We kind of got carried away there.
But yeah, like...
Oh, this is my big scene. Oh,
yeah.
I say to you, I have no home.
Which is funny, because actually do have a home. It's a nice home. It's on a ranch.
Oh, yeah. It's on a ranch. I once had to paint your fence.
Yeah, but then Mog just gave you like a stick of gum after that.
Gave me and Bob one stick of gum.
To share. I'm really sorry. Her sister owns a gum factory, so she sends us free samples. And, yeah, wasn't that when you had to fix Scooter's roof that one time?
Yep.
Amazing.
We did. And thankfully Scooter didn't get mad, because we did it well. Because we learned a lesson.
Oh, speaking of lesson, here comes the lesson for the show.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like Sumo the Opera, but a little deeper, and it takes it in a different direction.
Yep. But it's kind of a mesh of, like, yeah, Sumo of the Opera and Mullen the Big Exit, because I was, like, following God's, or I was, like, following God's plan.
I was barely in Mullen the Big Exit.
I was in it a fair bit.
I was in it for, like, 2 seconds.
You were, I thought you meant the lesson. Oh, you were in. When were you in?
I was like your father-in-law, so I basically said, bye.
Oh, yeah.
Your kid get more screen time than me, and he's only a one-off.
I think they reused his model in It's a Meaningful Life.
And I was barely in that. Was I even in that one?
You were, yes, you were, but I can't remember who you were.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
I don't, maybe you weren't, I don't know, I think you were.
Crosswell.
Oh, Archibald did a great job as Crosswell.
It's a little different than his normal personality, because, you know, Archibald's a bit snooty, and but he's a great guy.
Yeah,
but he said he wanted to try something different, so...
He gets this big eccentric psychic. He's not actually a psychic.
Yeah, and from what I remember, Scallion 1 was originally going to play Crosswell, but Archibald begged and pleaded enough to make Bob, who was the head of this project, give him the role.
Well, wasn't Scallion 1 like the bouncer for...
Well, originally that was Scallion 3.
Oh, that was Scallion 3? Well, Scallion 3... Didn't Scallion 3 have another role somewhere else?
He was the guy who was pitching the thing to Wisnef Tuba Company thing, but originally it was basically going to be kind of implied that he's just some loser who wants to make it big.
Oh, okay. Who also works as a bouncer for a wrestler?
Yeah, a sumo wrestler, I guess. Yeah.
I guess...
Oh, and we missed our Monty Python reference with the lumberjack, you know. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
No one knows the rest of the song.
I chop down trees, I eat my lunch, I go to the lavatory, and now we're gonna get sued for copyright infringement.
Conditions.
Oh, well.
I want to be the leading man.
Wait, but the thing is, even though we say, like, I get to be the leading man, doesn't, like, later on they're filming a scene and he's, like, just a normal guy? Or maybe we did, I don't know.
No, the next scene is him alerting the police chief, which is Jerry, about the upcoming threat.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Nothing, and I predict that you will say...
Few second pause.
Yeah. You know,
you would say that.
When Archibald said
now
that...
we did this whole scene like wasn't it one take?
It might have been 2, or 1 or 2.
There was that one time when it was like the water cooler spilled over and it got everything soaked, so we had to build the scene from the ground up again.
Yep. Thankfully, that was during the Planet 9, like, montage scene, so it wasn't really hard to rebuild all the props.
Yeah.
And then we thought about maybe we should have that as actually part of the episode, because like they like dumped over the water cooler and they just went with it. But
then again, it wouldn't have made much sense because it was It was Jean-Claude. He always has to have like his jug of water around the set.
He finds it very important to stay hydrated.
Yeah, but he carries like a milk jug full of water around and just drinks it. No wonder he has to go a lot.
Yeah, and the problem is he can't reach the toilet. They had to make a staircase.
I think we should change the subject. This is getting a lot about toilets.
You think so?
And we don't want to repeat the Jonah commentary. That's why Mr. Lunt's not in this one.
Yeah, he got kicked off the commentaries. He's not allowed to do it anymore.
So now it's well, he's allowed to do the Lord of the Beans one, but he's not allowed to do the big ones.
Yeah, he's not allowed to do the ones that are the full episode because for some reason they only let us do part of the episodes before because they said, oh, Hollywood only likes real people. They don't like vegetables because vegetables make them think of health.
Well, that would.
What do you mean you forgot the motor?
This is a great scene. This
is my favorite
I think,
part.
yeah. Well, how cold was that water?
It was even colder than I let on. I swear, it was a degree above freezing. Like I think I had frostbite after that. It was obscenely cold.
Do you get frostbite?
Sometimes. Like we have a cabin up in Whistler. It's so yeah, it gets kind of cold up in the winter.
Oh, okay.
So I think we're prepared at this point, but Rosie gets it really bad.
Oh man, yeah, those pigtails of her, I imagine, would get stuck in place.
They get frozen, and it's kind of like we have to get like a hammer and just smash. And then there's this one time when we like missed it, but it was a good thing that we don't have thumbs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is my best acting I've ever done.
So, these squid tentacles, was it a squid or is it an octopus?
I think it's a giant, it's a giant squid.
It's a squid, yeah.
It's a squid.
But, okay, so the squid tentacles, actually, what we did for the squid tentacles is they're blankets rolled together, covered in butter, and then glue, and then, tissue paper, and then painted with all the different colors. And then with some textural detail added.
And of course we had a waterproof it because, it's in a lake, so we couldn't have it just dissolve.
Yep.
Well, that would have been kind of funny, but that wouldn't have made...
It wouldn't have added to the story.
Yeah.
Where was that sound coming from?
Oh yeah, this one.
It sounds like it's coming from over here. Come, policeman.
Yeah, that's good acting right there. It sounds like it's coming from over here.
Oh, just wait. Their acting gets so much better.
Yeah, Planet 9, but I'm not around in that part.
Well, it's okay. You come
Why
back.
did you pick me to do the commentary when I'm, not even in the second half of the movie?
Because you play a major part. You're the one who gets to deliver the moral of the story.
Well, why did you pick me in the first place? Because, this is going to be a regular thing with Egomaniac, Two Tails, Spark in the Stone, upcoming episode.
Well, I thought, Mr. Lunt's forbidden. We thought about Mr. Nezer, but he's... Because we gave him a good role in all of them because we wanted him to feel better because he almost got shunned by those other guys who were gonna make the weird, creepy Ickabeezer guy.
Why didn't he do it? Because I know he wanted to do it, but he had some sort of obligation.
Yeah. Oh, I like this the channel guide joke.
Is that a prediction? No, actually, I saw it on the TV guide.
Yep. But Mr. Nezer said he would love to do it, but he couldn't because even though he's in all of them, he doesn't always have like a huge role. Like in the Egomaniac, he's got like 2 lines.
Yeah, and then in Two Tails, I have a smaller role than he does. I have like a few lines, and I just come out of a pile of leaves.
Oh yeah, you're the king.
But at least I had a real fun time in Spark in the Stone, but we'll get there at that point.
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh, and I know that for this one at least he was really busy. I think he was having like his anniversary or something today with his wife.
Mabel.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, and apparently, Jimmy said he was gonna do this, but what happened with Jimmy?
Okay, so Jimmy was gonna do it, but then so then Jerry said like, well, I'm gonna do it too. Like Jimmy's not doing it without me, and I'm like, no, we don't need 3. 3's gonna get hectic. So especially if 2 of them are Jimmy and Jerry, then it's gonna get really hectic. I didn't say that to their faces, but I thought.
And then they'd probably exclude you.
Yeah, they just talk about food. And then Bob, Bob, he said if you can't find anyone else, he'd do it. But I thought, okay, I'll keep that in mind. But you're not that funny. And then he thought like,
You actually said that to Bob.
I kind of implied it. I said, maybe.
Hey Bob, no one thinks you're funny. Sorry.
I didn't say that directly. I kind of implied it.
Yeah, you're a real good friend.
Well, he acknowledges it occasionally.
It's not like he likes that though.
Well, yeah, but people still like him.
Remember.
Uh-oh, I'm gonna leave soon.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm staying in the booth here with you, but I leave in the movie.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to leave. I'm like, where are you going? You need.
No, I am gonna step out for a second though. I'm gonna go grab some cheese curls.
Okay, grab some cheese curls.
But
While he's doing that, I think I'll.
doesn't always promise
Oh, I know. A whistle.
success. You need to be patient.
It's hard to whistle with one tooth.
It won't happen instantly, but no matter what, things will always work out in the end.
I'm back.
Oh, there you are. Oh, you got the extra spicy ones.
Yeah.
The flaming hot.
Yeah.
Here's
You know what, Eddie?
here's some
Just give it
water.
another shot. This could all be part of God's big plan. I know it. But how?
Maybe this was a little bit of a mistake doing this when I have to go through like 17 more minutes of movie.
Won't always be easy. There's
Yeah,
not
well-
always going to be a smooth path.
Oh, I like this bit here where it's like
You know what? It's always part of God's
Where-
plan.
What's like
Where-
silence?
where you're echoing.
And it may not always
And it's like.
But one thing's for certain, if you're still
And it's like I'm right next to you.
Yeah, and then you're just standing right there.
You know, to be honest, I think we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with this episode.
Why do you think we did that?
Well, because this is like so far our best episode, and I don't think we can top it. I mean, we'll try for sure. We'll definitely try to top it, but I don't know if we can.
Yeah.
Ed Wood is just such a really funny source material.
It was kind of difficult because there's a lot of parts in Ed Wood that are not very good, I guess. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and then we had to cut out an entire movie.
Yeah, the first movie he made.
Oh, I don't think we should say the name just so kids don't look it up and go, Mommy, what is this movie about? Why is he wearing a dress? Why is
Don't give too much information.
Why is there a purple Satan demon walking around poking people?
Thanks, Eddie. Thanks for everything.
It's been great work.
Well,
And great, now I'm gonna get banned for saying that.
don't worry. If you get banned, then we'll just have Mr. Nezer come in.
Yeah, the views expressed by the commentator are not necessarily the views expressed by the studio at hand.
It's gonna be hard though. Everything is
Archibald
going
was
right
also.
there.
I asked him if he thought he could do it, and he said
Failing in the theaters
he said he couldn't.
Because he saw the Jonah commentary and he didn't like how that turned out.
Mr. Woodley, you
Oh, now Mr. Nezer.
Oh, what? I'm gone already? I had so much to say about my goodbye scene.
Second break.
We were just talking.
It skipped over the silly song.
far too loud.
Oh, what?
You're out of here.
What? But the silly song. You took like 30 takes to do it. Now it's not even in the final product.
What was the silly song? I
That
don't
was Larry's list of fun words to say. You know,
Right.
splagnan, ganglion, Aruba, kumquat.
Right, that was fun. It was hard to do.
Yeah, it took like 30 takes, and I had to help you out with all of that. Now it doesn't even make it in the final product.
Hey, maybe we can put it on the bonus features.
There is no bonus features. This isn't a DVD.
Oh, that's right, silly me.
If I can co-produce it with you.
Well,
Maybe we'll just upload it separately.
that might be a good idea.
Okay, Mr.
So,
Raymond, you've got yourself a deal.
Perfect.
So Mr.
I'm
Nezer,
glad to hear it.
It's a
he
movie about
and Mr. Nezer and Mr. Lunte, the villains again. They haven't been able to have villain roles in a while, but
It's been a long time, yeah.
I think the last time was the little drummer boy.
I hardly remember that one.
Yeah, I don't think you were in it. Oh wait, you were in the wraparound segment. It wasn't a countertop, but it was like it was kind of a
Is it like at St. Nicholas?
sort of. It was a bit like that. It was kind of like a Princess Bride type thing, and you were Junior's grandpa, and you were trying to tell him a story, and he really wasn't all that interested. So it was kind of like a weird Princess Bride setup.
Maybe we should do a Princess Bride Veggie Tales someday.
Oh, that's a great idea. We could call it the Prince groom.
This movie is called Conquer
But there's a
Distant
problem
Space.
with doing that,
about a
though.
pilot who
The
tries
movie's
to
a
sail
comedy,
creating a
so
army of
it's
zombies.
already not taking itself seriously. It's kind of a parody of fantasies, movies, and like fairy tales. So
That's true. So it's kind
you
of
can't
like,
really make a parody of a parody. It's like trying to parody Spaceballs. Like, what can you do?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
cost effective? Clark enters. Sorry.
Then again, we all working very hard on our episode 5. Did Bob say if it was okay to name drop it?
I'm not sure. I was talking to him and he said, I think he said, do what you think is best. Use your better judgment.
Well, should we drop it to get the hype going?
Sure, let's drop it.
Alright, you do the honors, because you know you're the star of the episode 5 in question, with
Yep.
the lesson of self-control.
The lesson of, yes, the episode is called Samson the Great. As the name implies, it's about Samson.
And you're wearing your dreadlocks.
Yeah, I have my dreadlocks in this episode. And I've got my hairbrush.
I came to say that.
And I think that's all we're allowed to say at this point. It's starting production very soon. I think tomorrow.
Tomorrow's first day of production, yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I can't wait to get started. Oh, and here's Valira. Madam Blueberry's only been in this episode, I think, of Live and Reloaded.
She's doing this because she got fired.
I think you're right, yeah.
Man, where's she been all this time?
Oh, she has a timeshare in, Toledo.
Besides the point.
Why would you get a timeshare at Toledo? There's like nothing there.
She's got some family in Toledo.
Oh yeah.
Her niece.
Oh yeah. That I
Her
remember
niece
her.
who's 20 years older than her.
What?
You don't?
Maybe not 20, but her niece is, cause she's got a sister who's like
All right.
40,
then.
Who's considerably older.
yes.
Oh yeah, Shelby Blueberry. Yeah, that's
Shelby.
right.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Let me see your.
And
Shelby Blueberry's a little
He squints at Tom's
mean
face.
sometimes.
she's just a little.
She's a little blunt.
She's a scatterbrain too.
And she's a blunt scatterbrain that doesn't.
Yeah.
That's not a good combo.
Oh, here's
It's
Tom.
like mayonnaise and ketchup.
Use them as a
Here's
stand.
Tom.
Okay,
Tom's
let's
in
begin.
there.
Oh, Tom, it's good to see you again. Oh, and he came and spoke in the stone too.
That's right, he
That's
did.
my son in character.
Mr. Woodley, where are the saucers?
Oh, this is actually a really weird thing because we did get a comment or two, actually saying that, Ed Wood did get his sauces from the hobby shop, like he actually did, and we wrote back, well, that's the joke. Well, Ed Wood didn't always, like, hide the scripts away from his actors, he didn't do that.
Yeah, so
This whole thing's like an over-dramatic thing, like overzealous writing. What, I don't know how to describe it.
it's an exaggeration.
Yeah, an exaggeration, majigger.
Yeah,
Majig. Then cut to Jean-Claude sitting
When you're old, you can say things like majigger, not diggity 12 and stuff.
A purple jumpsuit.
Oh, yeah.
Steve is wearing a woman's wig with.
Oh, and here's another Ophelia joke.
Yeah, so Jerry's dressed as a woman. Mr. Lunt said he thought he got a kick out of that because he's like, I don't have to be a woman this time. So
Cause even like in actuality, when he was filming Lyle, the Kindly Viking, the omelet thing, he hated wearing that.
yeah,
And not because it was demeaning. It was actually like really itchy and it was really hot in there under the studio lights.
no, that bit with like him, all that was live. It was filmed live.
Well, yeah, it was filmed live. It was filmed in one shot.
And the a couple, yeah, and like Mr. Lunt's like resentment, like that wasn't scripted. He just said that because he was speaking the truth, and Archibald actually had to push him onto the stage. And me and Junior were actually in the audience, and we had no idea what was going on.
And I was supposed to play Horatio, but because I showed up late, they gave the role to Scooter.
Which I'm pretty sure Horatio wasn't Scottish, he was Danish.
Wasn't everyone Danish?
Everyone's Danish.
It's Denmark.
Oh, this is.
The window?
Yes.
Okay, that's my second favorite part. It's like, look out the window. The window? Yes!
I think the way Petunia said the window, she's just like, the window?
Yes! I really wanted to be in this, but I really did, because I think this is the funnier half of the movie.
Yeah, because the Planet 9 is.
I'm sure the audience will. Is that even English?
So Mr. Lunt's
You could do better.
obvious being a yes man is that's
His name is Mr. Yes for crying out loud.
It's kind of a throwback to all of Mr. Lunt's classic roles. Like,
Oh, you mean the guy at the chocolate factory that I used to like play? Oh, yeah, a lot more oily than him. Oh, such a kiss up.
yeah. Wait,
I never did that in my old days. I used to call people cheese-headed bean boys.
Cardboard tombstones that fall over.
Yeah.
in the wind.
So
Brother.
Cut.
does Mr. Lunt actually act like that around Mr. Nezzer? Because I remember at the Christmas party, he actually did call him boss.
Boss is a nickname he has for him. Like, he does call him boss, but it's more like a funny thing. It's like, remember during the production of Rag Shack and Benny? It's like they kind of like stayed in character a lot during the rap party, and they thought it was funny.
yeah.
So after that, they just started with the whole calling each other, like, Mr. Lunt, obviously, and boss. But they are really good friends. They're like best friends in real life. Like, it's one of the duos, like Jimmy and Jerry, you and Bob.
Well, Jimmy and Jerry are brothers.
Nobody
So-
will notice
Well, so are the
anything
Scallions, and
because
they're usually together. The
If you
stuff.
ask me, Mr. Woodley, there's
So are the Peas. Those are brothers.
It seems like VeggieTales brothers go together like bacon and eggs, peanut butter and jelly, donkeys and trombones. They all just go really well together.
Well, me and Bob aren't brothers. Although Bob is my brother, but not Bob the Tomato. I have a different brother that's Bob.
Oh yeah, how's he doing?
Oh, he's doing okay. He's recently he had to go to the dentist because he had a cavity.
In fact, we came
That's
up
what
with
happens when
one
you eat too many Wonka gobstoppers.
Oh, he loves Wonka gobstoppers.
Even though they say everlasting on the box, they just disappear in like 10 minutes. That's not everlasting. Wonka, you owe me a ticket to the factory. And then, knowing me, I'd probably like go over to the chocolate river and then get sucked up in there because I
Are you Augustus Gloop?
I'd prefer not to be. Like, if we ever do a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory thing,
I think Jimmy would be Augustus Gloop.
yeah, I'd want to be Grandpa Joe.
I think, yeah, you could be Grandpa Joe.
Mr. Yes, how'd you describe them?
They stink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be an interesting
I don't
thing.
need a question.
I
It would be
think,
kind of hard to do, though.
yeah,
No.
I think,
Who knows? Maybe if the fans wanted enough, wink, wink, we'll do it.
I think I'd make a good Willy Wonka.
Yeah, or Mr. Nezza, that's him too.
Oh, yeah, or Archie might.
What's this about?
Well, he was the Wizard of Oz, and I think he seemed a little out of place for that role.
That's true.
He wants to cut you guys out of this.
He'd probably be a good Mr. Salt.
No,
Oh, yeah,
not
yeah.
all of you.
Alright, I've had
Well,
just those of
Madame Blueberry can be the big blue bubble lady. What's her name?
Violet.
Violet. Yeah,
Well,
cause
she turns into a blueberry. That doesn't work. He's like, oh, it's like saying, oh no, Bob, you turned into a tomato.
well, that could be the joke. That could be like, oh no, she turned into a blueberry. Like,
sets falling apart.
Well,
losing my
But that would
mind.
kind of ruin the lesson. It's like I said, it's like Bob, you turned into a tomato. We gotta help you out. It's like, oh, it's like that.
You guys-
but I think that'd be a good. I think that's good material right there. That maybe she could just grow into a giant blueberry balloon and like float away.
But aren't they all supposed to be kids?
And we'll continue
Well, yeah, but
on
we don't have enough kid.
You mean
We've got like Junior and Laura and Percy, but that's about it. We've got Annie.
Maybe she has like the disease that makes it look older. But
Yeah.
or maybe she could say like, you know that disease that makes me look like a young person? Well, I took too much medication for that. Now I look old.
Yeah. Or all of us took that. Or maybe it's just on a different timeline. Like,
And when it
yeah.
comes the time for this next movie,
But
you'll be
yeah,
more
Mr.
about
Nezzer,
this
we
film,
could just put him in his Uncle Nezzer costume from the Star of Christmas and the Easter Carol.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah, that'd be perfect.
Make it purple.
Yeah, and just like maybe like curl his hair out a little bit.
Yep.
And then of course then everything would be squam diddly dum dum dumptious thing. It would be the Oompa Loompas. Would that be like the peas?
We could get peas and make them Oompa Loompas.
You would be strong too.
The boom mic rollers.
This is a good scene.
Oh,
This is a good scene based off of another good scene.
You see, you're all ditzy minds. All of you.
That's all I'm gonna hear from you.
Also, we kind of broke our rule of no character-to-character
Well,
violence.
this is just like he's just like touching him and he falls over.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part from the actual Plan 9 from Outer Space movie. That's my favorite because
That's
this was a
classic.
company outing to go up to Bob's house and watch this. Like
Because
for,
Bob has every Ed Wood movie on VHS.
yeah, it doesn't really seem like it, but Bob actually is like a real Ed Wood fan. So we just went up to his house on the hill, which actually for the Cubo thing, we actually did film it at Bob's house. It does look like that.
Yep, that's Bob's house.
If you look,
Except for the setting is different. It's not like on a random hill.
it is on a hill, but it's near like other houses because you're next door to Bob, and then there's Junior's house, and then Jimmy and Jerry, and then me.
Yep.
No, wait, no, I'm way off in the distance. I'm kind of in the outskirts of Veggie Town.
Yeah.
So.
Mr. Nezer lives on the lake.
No, that's Mr. Lunt.
Oh,
Mr.
yeah, Mr.
Lunt
Lunt
lives on
the lake. Mr. Nezer lives fairly near, but not right there.
He lives like right near the big city,
Yeah,
like the main city part.
Yep.
Like when you're getting out of the suburbs.
Archie kind of lives in.
Archie lives in a gated part.
Yeah, Petunia lives on the other next door to me.
Yeah.
Let's applaud him.
This actually was originally a sad ending, but in the real life Ed Wood, because his last words before he died was "I failed."
That's pretty miserable.
So we had
Like, you think you got like Jesus? His last words were "It is finished." That's pretty heroic and amazing right there. And then you've got this guy. He's definitely not Jesus, but he was still.
He was far from Jesus.
But he was pretty funny though.
And his last words were "I failed." So for
That's
this ending, we made it like how Ed Wood is viewed today as an accidental comedic genius.
Which, yeah, because this is true. That's how he's viewed. It's just we kind of fast forwarded a few years.
It took like to the late 80s for that to happen. Then Ed Wood died in like the mid 70s. So the poor guy never got to see his fame. And like he ended up making really dirty movies at the end of his life.
Hey, as
Yep.
long as we have
Well, when
fans,
he's
as
in
long as they like my movie, I'm happy.
some
You
afterlife
better learn.
place.
I don't think he'll be up in the streets of gold.
Mr. Woodley.
But enough about that.
Who's to say he didn't?
He did talk about God a lot in Plan 9, but he also made dirty movies.
Yeah.
Mr. Woodley, I was just wondering when do we show up for filming?
But of course we couldn't show that in here.
Yeah, that'd be feisty.
I don't remember his next movie. I know it's the untitled movie, Bride of the Monster, Plan 9. I don't remember what's after that.
Yeah.
I know on the actual Johnny Depp Tim Burton movie they didn't end up showing after that. They just left it optimistic, and then they told everyone what happened at the end.
Yeah.
They tried to leave it on a positive note.
And sure enough, you're stuck with God's plan.
Oh look, it's me again!
Yep. You came.
I get a few more seconds of screen
Went
time.
on to make
Yep.
several more movies.
So we're coming towards the end because we don't have the credits. The credits got wiped out too.
Yeah, but I think and they did that for Egomaniac too, from what I heard.
In fact, while you were in the while you were away getting the cheese curls, I checked on my computer and there's just a screensaver on all of them.
And how did you not remember filming this thing? This was like a hilarious one.
Well, we actually
Wasn't it like really early in the morning when you filmed this?
well yeah, and the countertop. We filmed the countertop way after we filmed the actual episode. Classic.
Yeah, for a while they stopped kind of using this. They started doing like renditions like with your brothers and Jimmy and Jared doing disco, and if you thought that it was good seeing them do disco, you gotta see that belly dancing.
Oh yeah.
It's so beautiful, but yet so horrifying. It's like, it's so terrible, but I can't look away. It's just so intrinsic the way they jiggle.
They're pretty good at it. Well, kind of.
And he will direct thy path.
So we've got the King James versions of the verses. That's kind of cool.
We do?
Yeah, they're.
Doesn't seem like it will.
He said thy path. He said he will direct thy path.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yep.
No, that's pretty impressive. Oh man, look at that. Look at the time.
We have got 8 seconds left.
Well, that's all the time.
Oh yeah, here we go. Well, I'm Paul Grape.
I'm Larry the Cucumber.
Thanks for watching.
Signing away.